All right, welcome to the NFL Week 6 predictions. Yep, we are still doing these. I like doing them, even though I know they don't get the most views or not. There are people who apparently do like these and want me to keep going till the very end. So yeah, we're gonna keep rolling. We're gonna keep rolling. So let's get started with our first game, which is tomorrow, and that is the Buccaneers taking on the Eagles. I would love nothing more, even as much as I really hate the Eagles, I would love nothing more than to watch the Eagles win and beat and just knock Tom Brady down a peg. I know he is suffering an injury. He still doesn't have. They don't have Gronkowski, and their defense is getting worse and worse with every injury. So, but sadly, I don't think the Eagles are in a worse shape. Like, the Eagles are in a worse shape. They did get the win to maybe motivate them to play hard, and they are playing in Philly, and Philly really does not like Tom Brady, so maybe the noise control, the noise will affect the game, but I do think they are going to pull out. Sadly, I do think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the New England Buccaneers, damn it, Tom Brady and the rest of his company, god damn it, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with ellipses with Tom Brady will probably be the winner. I'd love to be wrong, but let's be real. It's gonna be the Bucs. They're going to coast through the weakest schedule. I am looking forward to seeing them play the Buffalo Bills because I do know the Bills are on their schedule. I would love nothing more than to watch the Bills just beat the ever-loving shit out of them. Anyway, so let's move on to a tank bowl, and that is the Dolphins and the Jaguars. Oh, Dolphins, you had everyone was so excited for your season. After you punched the Patriots in the mouth, it was like, holy crap, they could be a contender for the wild card, and they failed spectacularly. I understand Tua was suffering from an injury, and Jacoby Brissett has not been the best, and their secondary needs work, and they are suffering from injury, but there was so much riding on you guys. You guys were looking like great guys after a 10-6 season, even if you didn't make the playoffs. There was hopes. Now those hopes are gone. Then you got the Jaguars, who the only thing of note is that Urban Meyer now gets to whistle and walk away after that dumpster fire that John Gruden found himself in. You're still guilty, by the way, Urban, and you're still a winless team. And I have the feeling that the Dolphins, if you lose this game, you need to just pack up and leave. You really need to assess your life situation. But I'm gonna give this to the Dolphins because the Jaguars, yeah, you're a dead cat. You're a dead cat at this point. So I'm going to it's two terrible teams, but I think the Dolphins can probably, the Jaguars are going to out-worse the Dolphins. Anyway, so let's talk. So, speaking of bad teams in a game that could go either way, the Vikings and the Panthers. Panthers, you guys were looking great, and then you had the heartbreaking loss to the Cowboys. I was like, give them a chance. The Cowboys are really good. The Cowboys are a really decent team. And then you lost to the Eagles. And now I don't know what to make of you, because I clearly had you as a wild card pick, but now I have some second thoughts. And Sam Darnold, I think he's been a bad trade. I think I'm starting to question it. Now, keep in mind it was only 2 bad games, and they did fight back in the Cowboys game, and they tried fighting in the Eagles game. But now you're going to play a Vikings team, which is injured. But I do think honestly, this game could go either way. If I'm gonna be real, this game could go either way because the Vikings have won by the skin of their teeth in most games, and Dalvin Cook is still out. The one thing that holds that offense together, and I have no faith in Kirk Cousins. It's basically which quarterback is going to suck more. That's what it comes down to. The Vikings are kind of on a riding high for 2 wins. God, that's pathetic. But yeah, I'm going to give this. I think their defense is starting to get back together, and their offense is starting to. But I do think that Panthers defense is going to give some headaches. But I am going to give this slightly to the Vikings. Again, this game could go either way. So now we get to a barn burner of a game. This should be awesome. The Chargers taking on the Ravens. Man, Ravens, while you guys have been holding your own, are now currently leading the AFC North. You have had some inconsistencies, and thank God for Lamar on your team, because if you had anyone, you'd be fucked. Defense and offense are kind of like having some inconsistencies, but somehow the Ravens pull miraculous wins right out of their ass. I don't know how they do it. But now you face a real opponent in the Chargers. Yeah, I never thought I would say here at any point the Chargers would be like a legit team. But after beating Kansas City at Arrowhead and then beating the Browns, which was a awesome game, it was a great game, they're starting to look like legit opponents. Like, they could take the AFC West, could be theirs, provided the Chiefs get their shit together. But this is going to be this is another testing ground for the Chargers, and the Ravens are a very powerful, a very dangerous opponent. This is going to be at the Ravens' home field. Could go either way. I honestly think I'm going to give this slightly to the Chargers. Reason being is because I still have questions about some of the defense and secondary for the Ravens, as well as Lamar can only run so far, and I'm pretty sure that the Chargers defense is going to capitalize on that. So I do think this could go either way, but this is going to be a hell of a game. I would love to watch this. So I'm going to give this one to the Chargers. I know I'm pulling up the upset. Next, you got the LA Rams taking on the Giants. LA beat somehow fought hard and beat down the Seahawks, which is not hard to do these days. But they did pull off a convincing win, because you never know in these divisional games, like I said, especially NFC West division. That's a war zone in itself. Rams are... They're looking like a Super Bowl contender. They are definitely going to be a playoff contender, and they're just going to be just savage to everyone in the NFC. Giants, you are going to get the shit kicked out of you. Not only because you are the Giants, but because you have lost Saquon, you lost Daniel Jones, not a loss, and you have lost like a vast majority of your offense and defense in one goddamn game. The Cowboys and AT&T Stadium clearly wanted blood after the injury you did to Dak last season. So, yeah, you are going to get the shit beat out of you by a Rams team who already was like, I took out the Seahawks, and I'm still mad about that Cardinals game. You're next. You're basically going to be a bye week for a while, like a free win, Giants. Anyway. So, next up, we have the Colts and the Texans. AFC South divisional game. Goddamn tank division is what I'm in. This could go either way, honestly. Both teams just suck. I'm surprised the Texans took it to the Patriots, and now you have some real questions for Belichick and everyone in that team. Colts, you guys look great until, you both teams have one thing in common. They collapsed when they needed to win. So I think this could go either way. Both teams just suck. AFC South, I can't be too mad because I am a Titans fan. But I think I'm going to give it slightly to the Colts. Carson Wentz injuries aside, like, as long as you keep Carson Wentz healthy, I think the team can eke out a win. I can't believe I'm saying that. But yeah, it's just basically going to be watching bullshit on the field, as opposed to the last, oh yeah, Chargers and Ravens, I'm so hyped for that. Texans and Colts, not only my two rivals playing each other, but also bullshit game. Like, it's just going to be a shit show. So I'm going to give that one to the Colts. Next up, you got the Chiefs taking on Washington. Oh boy. Chiefs, last Sunday's game was like watching the sacking of Rome. The Bills came into your stadium and beat the shit out of you so badly that now there are glaring questions for your team. Now, keep in mind the Chiefs are getting a weak schedule from here on out for a good number of games, but they need to address the Chiefs defense. There's clear, and also Mahomes can't just keep throwing it down the field thinking, fuck it, Tyreek Hill's down there somewhere. And that Chiefs and this Washington defense if it's clicking, it's gonna be a problem. But that, again, fucking offense, that, Washington offense, it's already, like, Chiefs Kingdom is already, like, hitting the panic button. If you lose this game, if you lose to I'm giving this to the Chiefs. I am still giving. It's still got Patrick Mahomes. Like I said, they're gonna coast a few wins, and then it's gonna get harder as the games go on. But Chiefs, it's panic time because you're lucky you're going to. I looked at your schedule. You're getting a few soft targets for a while to pad your numbers, but the moment you're gonna run into a real opponent, and trust me, you are going to get thoroughly kicked in the dick. But for right now, give you this. I'm giving this to the Chiefs, but I swear, if they do lose, the Chiefs Kingdom's really going to be like mashing the panic button at that point. Next up, you got the Packers and Bears. Rivalry team. I always love, it's the oldest rivalry in NFL. This is going to be a tough one to call. And you may be thinking, oh, Aaron Rodgers versus Justin Fields. There's no contest. And you would be right. Aaron Rodgers, but now you have the ellipses of we're also dealing with a banged-up Packers team that almost lost to the Bengals. And no disrespect to the Bengals. You guys actually are playing your hearts out. You guys are basically... the Packers are banged up, and Mason Crosby's seriously got some questions after how many missed kicks. The Bears are starting to come together on defense, and I'm still shocked that they're calling Justin Fields to start instead of Nick Foles. Especially if you're playing Aaron Rodgers, I would have picked, even though it's Nick Foles, I would have chussed that over a rookie QB in his first season. But this is going to be an interesting game. I do think this might actually prove a challenge for the Packers. They are banged up. Bakhtiari's out. They've got several questionable injuries, and they're using some third stringers there. And even if you do eke out the win, Packers, I looked at your schedule for the next few games. It's not going to get fun. Like, it's not going to get any easier because you are going to get your shit wrecked a few times. So the Bears there's a chance the Bears could eke out a win with that defense. But I do think Rodgers is I think Rodgers is going to be playing his ass off, and especially I think if even with injuries, the Packers are still the Packers. There's that. But the Bears game could go either way. Honestly, if you had asked if this game had happened earlier in the season, the vast majority was healthy, I'd give this to the Packers. And I still am, but I still think there is a chance that the Bears could pull off the upset. And that's going to drive everyone crazy. So I'm going to give this one slightly to the Packers. Next up, we got a cat fight with the Bengals and the Lions. Lions, my heart breaks for you. It really does. Lions fans, I feel really bad for you guys because you guys are It's not like with the Jaguars who clearly have thrown in the fucking towel. Lions are trying. You just guys keep losing through heartbreak, just sheer heartbreak. And poor Dan Campbell was driven to tears. I felt that. I felt awful for that. I'm not even a Lions fan, and I pitied you guys. This is a game that could go either way. I think the Lions, at least, unlike the Jaguars, which is another winless cat team, the Lions are trying. It's just circumstances. It's like God really does hate the Lions. But on the other hand, the Bengals are playing legit games. They beat the Steelers. They took it. They almost beat the Packers. And yes, I understand that Packers team was full of injuries, but at the same time, you were outplaying Aaron Rodgers at some point, Joe Burrow. And, this could go either way, but I think I'm going to give this to the Bengals. I think their defense and their offense is really starting to come together at this point. And Joe Burrow, when you have him, clicking, like a Joe Burrow who's well protected under that offensive line, you're going to see a damn good quarterback. I just wish he was on a different team instead of Cincinnati, but whatever. So I do know that I think they said, and yes, I'm sorry anyone says, but he was injured in the Packers game. I'm aware of that, but he is, like, I heard somewhere that he is going to be hopefully cleared to play this game. So if they do have Burrow, I'm going to give this to the Bengals. But this is another game that could go either way, and the Lions may get their first win. But I think this is probably going to be the Bengals game. Next up, we got the Cardinals taking on the Browns in Cleveland. Browns. I know I'm not going to shit on you. I'm really not, because you played your ass off, and that ref ball at the end was bullshit. That's how you lost the game, was ref ball. But yeah, I do think there were some problems on defense, but I do think the Browns are still do I think the Browns are a playoff contender? Absolutely. Cardinals are going to be, they're undefeated. It's 5-0, and these guys are going to come in there hungry for being 6-0. But if there's any team in this schedule that could pull off the upset, even with the questions on offense and defense, I think the Browns are going to be fighting their ass off in this game. Like, they lost in that heartbreaker to the Chargers, and that was a great game, but, like, the Browns are probably going to be hungry for a win, and if any team is going to give them that first L, I think it's the Browns. I think the Cardinals might get their first loss against the Browns. So, I think even if Baker Mayfield is injured, with that defense and offense probably going to be more concise this time around. And, yeah, this is going to be a home game, and they're going to be fighting their ass off against probably a team that does look like it's coasting outside of the Rams. The Rams and Cardinals are going to be fighting for that NFC West title, but the Browns, they might be that first team to give them the loss. So I'm going to give this one to the Browns. But again, the Cardinals are showing they are a team to take on. Like, that defense especially, and with Kyler Murray, if he's protected on that offensive line, Jesus. So this is going to be a fist fight. But I'm going to give this could go either way, but I have hope for the Browns. I think they could take them. I think they're going to give them that first loss. Next up, we got the Cowboys and the Patriots. Yep, Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? With Dak Prescott clearly playing like he is earning his money. And that offense and now that defense is really becoming more and more just concise and more like connected. These guys are becoming like the real king. It's not even a contest though. But the NFC division West, the NFC East, it's alright. The Cowboys have already won it. It's just like stop, just give them a crown and just tell the Eagles, Washington, and Giants you're done. All right, Cowboys already won. And Cowboys have really been playing up to their potential every time. Can't say the same about the Patriots. After seeing that garbage against the Texans, I have questions about Bill Belichick. You have Aguilar, you have all these people, free agents you got. Mac Jones is inconsistent as hell. I don't know what to say. And the Cowboys are just pummeling every opponent they run into. It's not like with you, who plays down to every opponent now, thinking Mac Jones is the next Tom Brady. Newsflash, he fucking ain't. And Dak Prescott is, again, playing like he's earned his money. The Cowboys, this is going to be I think this is another game where they're like, this is how we state to the NFL, we're back, we are a playoff contender, and we are going to kick the shit out of anyone who gets in our way. Now, having said that, I do think the Patriots are going to put up a fight since this is going to be in Foxborough. And again, it's Mike McCarthy versus Bill Belichick. When it comes to coaches, it's kind of easy who to pick here. But after seeing the Texans game and how these other games have gone with the Patriots, I have questions about Belichick now. I still have a lot of more questions about McCarthy, but it's fucking Mike McCarthy. What the fuck do you want me to do? I'm going to give this to I'm going to say, no. At one point I would have said, oh, it's going to be the Patriots. No. Cowboys are showing that they are legitimate, and they are looking for another opponent outside of the Chargers to kick the shit out of. And I think the team they're going to kick the shit out of to say, we are going to the playoffs is the Patriots. If they go into Foxborough and pummel the shit out of the Patriots, that's when you realize, I mean, yeah, it's a Patriots team that's busted up, they're injured, their defense looks like garbage, and the team looks inconsistent as hell, but, like, if you do that to the Patriots, not only are you, A, telling the NFL we're the kings of the NFC East and we're going to the playoffs, you're also saying to everyone, the Empire is officially dead, the Cowboys just wrecked house. And no one is going to take the Patriots as a threat anymore when the Cowboys I'd have said they were dead. I think they're dying after that Texans game. But, like, yeah. I'm giving this to the Cowboys. Next up, we got a divisional game against the Raiders and Broncos. The universe returned to normal. The Raiders can't have anything nice. I'm not going to go too deep into what happened with John Gruden, but, like, fuck you, Gruden. I know people saying, oh, but it's cancel culture. No, that dude, if it had just been that one email, I think he could have survived, but not after the shit that followed. Oh, it's damage control, and it's clearly showing. Broncos, you guys fought back against the Steelers with Teddy Bridgewater, and now there's injuries on the Raiders' side. I think I'm going to give this to the Broncos. This is another could go either way game, but I think the just total disaster zone that Las Vegas is becoming, it's clear that, it was fun being a possible playoff contender for a moment, but I think the Broncos are coming back and being like, hey, guess what? You're done. I think they're also going to be like, after that Steelers loss, they're going to be like, we're going to kick the shit out of and who better than a team that is, like, hitting the panic button after everything that happened with Gruden. Yeah. Again, this is another could go either way game, but I'm going to give this one to the Broncos. Anyway, so our Sunday night game is going to be a shit show. It's the Seahawks and Steelers. But it's the Seahawks and Steelers, you say. How could it be a shit show, Multi? Simple. The reason why I say it's a shit show because it's been confirmed that Russell Wilson will not be playing for 6 to 8 weeks due to a finger injury from Thursday night's game. And we have Big Ben Roethlisberger coming out there to be like, oh, we beat the Broncos, we can do anything. I'm giving this to the Steelers because they're basically playing Geno Smith, of all people, for the Seahawks. Yeah, I didn't even realize Geno Smith was still in the NFL. I thought he fucked off. But yeah, you have Geno Smith, your defense is garbage, your offense is questionable. Meanwhile, the Steelers are it's going to be a shit show either way, because the Steelers, I'm not going to give you, even though I'm giving you the win, I'm giving the Steelers the win here. You still lose. This is going to convince Steeler fans that nothing's wrong. Like, after that Broncos win, I already saw Steelers fans like, we're going back to the Super Bowl! It's going Steelers! This time, if you win, because there's always the chance you could lose, you win this game. Oh, yeah! Big Ben, he's so good! Oh, my God! It's basically... I hate doing the Yinzer voice. Yeah, it's basically like, oh, we won 2 games and now we're 3-3. We can beat anybody now because Big Ben is clearly fine. Nothing wrong with our offense or our defense. Everything's fine and everything will be okay. And then you're going to get your shit wrecked by... I saw your schedule. You're going to get your shit wrecked for a while. Even if you do beat the Seahawks, congratulations. You're seeing a team that's banged up and you're basically like the bully picking on the kid in the wheelchair. No one's going to be happy for it, and you're just a piece of shit for doing it. So, yeah, I'm giving this to the Steelers, but with the caveat of it's only going to be... It's a lose-lose situation. If you lose, you lost to an injured Seahawks team and Geno Smith. And if you win, you basically coast on thinking, oh, nothing's wrong, and we're going to the Super Bowl! Let's go Steelers! Anyway... So finally, we have my Tennessee Titans for our Monday night game taking on the Buffalo Bills. Normally, I would be, oh yeah, it's the Buffalo Bills, we're fine. Not this season. I mean, we shocked the world in that Tuesday night game. Yes, a Tuesday night game where we beat the undefeated Bills in a upset. and remained an undefeated team until we faced the Steelers. Yeah. The Bills this season, I think that Steelers loss basically made them go, you have awoken a sleeping giant. And after they beat the shit out of Kansas City Sunday, I'm legit saying this for here on out. Until proven otherwise, the Bills, not the Chiefs, are the team in the AFC East to beat. And my Titans, I know we won that Jaguars game, but there was one moment where it's like, does anyone know how to fucking tackle? That defense is still garbage. I don't care what anyone says. That our offense is struggling. We're winning the division, but like it's like winning at I don't know, any joke I could think of is in poor taste, so I'm not going to say anything. I hate to say it, but after that we also have to take on the Chiefs, which might be actually a winnable game at this point, seeing how bad the Chiefs are. But the Bills, yeah, I hate to say it. Now, we could pull off the upset. Maybe we could beat the Bills in a Monday night game. We beat them in a Tuesday night game. But, yeah, that Bills defense and offense is terrifying. I'm giving this to the Bills. I hate to say it, but my Titans are probably going to get their shit wrecked. They basically, like I said, the Bills are like the Mongolian horde, just slashing and burning everything in sight. So, there you go, guys. That is pretty much my Week 6 predictions. You guys, if you want to, tell me what you guys think. Just comment below, let me know. And once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.